Water puts out fire. That is the first rule of nature. That is the first rule of survival. But tonight, the water is burning. The year is 674. You are a sailor in the Arab fleet. You have the numbers. You have the momentum. You are here to watch the Roman Empire die. But then, the darkness tears open. You hear a sound that does not belong in the ancient world. Not a war cry, not a drum, a mechanical roar, like a dragon drawing breath. And then, the ocean ignites. A beam of liquid fire cuts through the night. It doesn't arc like an arrow, it shoots straight. Pressure, geometry. It strikes the sea, and the waves themselves catch fire. Then it strikes the man beside you, and he doesn't just burn, he melts. Panic takes you, instinct decides. You dive into the water to escape the heat. But when you surface, you realize the trap. The fire is floating, it is hunting you. You dive again, but your lungs demand air. And when you gasp for breath, the sea is still on fire. This weapon should not have existed. In the 7th century, war obeyed simple rules. You struck with steel, you hurled with gravity. But this was something else. This was chemistry. This was pressure. This was a flamethrower, 1,000 years before such a thing should have been possible. And it arrived at the exact moment the world was about to change. Syria has fallen. Egypt is gone. The Arab caliphates choke the waters around Constantinople. The Eastern Roman Empire stands alone. If the city falls, the door to Europe opens. History prepares to turn the page on Rome. And then, a man walks out of the desert. His name is Callinicos, a refugee from Heliopolis. An architect, a chemist. He does not bring soldiers, he does not bring gold. He brings a system. Sanctuary, he tells the emperor, in exchange for a miracle, not a prayer, not a spell, a machine. Most people imagine Greek fire as a burning liquid in a jar, hurled by hand. They are wrong. The true terror was never the grenade. It was the projector. Bronze tubes mounted on the prows of ships. Siphons shaped like lions and dragons, their mouths open in a silent roar. But a tube is useless without force. Below the deck, hidden from the world, sat the heart of the weapon, a sealed bronze tank. A furnace to heat the mixture until it became volatile, and pumps. Men worked them by hand, forcing air into the chamber, building pressure that strained metal and bone alike. When the valve opened, the fire did not drip, it screamed. It passed through a swivel nozzle, through an ignition flame at the tip, and erupted outward, 15 meters of living fire. On wooden ships, under canvas sails, at sea. Sources describe the sound as thunder, not divine wrath, escaping pressure. So what fed the dragon? This is one of the greatest lost formulas in human history. It was not gunpowder. Gunpowder explodes. This clung. Naphtha, drawn from natural petroleum wells. Resins, to make the fire stick, to hulls, to skin, to bone. And historians believe quicklime. Quicklime reacts violently with water. So when sailors threw buckets of seawater on the flames, the fire did not die. It rose, because the sea itself had become fuel. In 941, a Rus's prince named Igor sailed against Constantinople with a fleet so vast it darkened the horizon. The Byzantines had only a handful of old ships left. They armed them with siphons. They sailed out anyway. By nightfall, the Rus fleet no longer existed. Igor escaped. He later wrote that the Greeks had unleashed a fire like lightning from heaven, and that no man could stand before it. Greek fire did not just destroy ships, it destroyed certainty. If you saw a bronze dragon on the prow of a Byzantine vessel, you turned away. The weapon bought the empire 5 centuries of life, and in doing so, it planted the seed of its own disappearance. The emperors feared the secret above all things. Constantine VII declared the formula a divine gift, delivered by an angel. Anyone who revealed it to foreign powers was to be cursed and erased from memory. The knowledge was broken apart. The chemists knew the mixture. The engineers knew the pumps. The admirals knew the tactics. No one knew everything. Secrecy became law, and law became fate. Civil wars, plagues, the sack of Constantinople. The specialists died one by one. The chain of knowledge snapped. And because the system had been designed so that no single mind held the whole truth, when the minds vanished, the fire vanished with them. The Greek fire was not defeated, it was forgotten. Not lost in battle, but erased by the collapse of continuity. And when continuity breaks, the future goes blind. Greek fire shows us what happens when humanity masters nature, only to lose the instructions. But if you want to see what happens when nature itself decides to break the rules, when the world turns against a civilization, watch the day the sun died. Because sometimes history doesn't end in fire, sometimes it ends in silence.